These two books changed my life, and I want to teach you the principles within both of them so that you can change yours. Let's get into our healthy nutrition. If you're feeling tired after meals or struggling with cravings, blood sugar spikes and crashes might be the culprit. But don't worry, we've got resources and 5 science-based facts to keep your energy high and your cravings in check. I'm Heather Thrills, bringing you the latest in health and nutrition. If you want to feel amazing every day, hit subscribe. It'll make me feel amazing every day. Ring the notification bell so you never miss out. Let's dive in. A tip from our glucose goddess is to start your day with a savory breakfast. It's going to bring some power into your day. If you've got that high protein, healthy fat, it's setting the tone for your balanced blood sugar levels. And that's basically what we're trying to do throughout the day, mitigate those spikes by having something like this first thing in the morning. If you're like me, a coffee and go straight to the gym type, we might have been doing it wrong. Dr. Stacey Sims has some data on why women need a little bit of protein before they work out, especially first thing in the morning. But the science behind the savory breakfast is this biochemist, Jessie not sure I can pronounce your last name, so I'm just going to call you Glucose Goddess. She's emphasizing the importance of avoiding sugars on an empty stomach. So, for example, I would go for a cookie and a chai latte or a super sugary La La Land coffee with a croissant. Not the most ideal. What our goddess is recommending is rich in protein, rich in fat, maintaining steady glucose levels. So that could be a veggie omelet, that could be eggs and vegetables, a little pepper, a little spinach. You could do Greek yogurt with nuts, some walnuts on top, some almonds, avocado toast, a personal favorite over here, on whole grain bread, or just making sure that you get that yum yum gluten-free version. Just try to think of whatever would make you feel full. That's what you want to have for breakfast. Cool, let's get into the next hack. Next, we're talking about the magic of apple cider vinegar. Maybe you've seen all these drinks coming out and they've got this apple cider vinegar in it, and you're like, what is the hype? But it works. It could also be known as ACV. It's slightly reducing blood sugar spikes before you have a meal. So she's got some cool charts in here. So if you're having the apple cider vinegar before a pasta meal, it's going to delay the spike and drop it just a little bit. So let's try it out. Fun way to do it is to mix it with tea. You know, I love my teas. But what Jessie is saying, what our glucose goddess is saying, is have a teaspoon or a tablespoon. Wrong ingredient. Tablespoon mixed with water, diluted with water 10 minutes before the meal. Her science is saying that it's reducing the blood sugar level, cholesterol, and visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat outside your organs, the bad kind, the kind we don't want anymore. Thinking about the acid in vinegar, it's interacting with your digestive enzymes, reducing the glucose spike of a meal up to 30%. So worth experimenting with, even if you could put it like as a salad dressing or sneak it in there somehow. Maybe you just drink it straight up, diluted with water to protect your teeth. This next one is a lesson that I unfortunately had to learn the hard way. Foods need pairing to complete themselves. So adding protein and fat or fiber to carbs, something is going to change within those nutrients reacting in our body. So combining the carbohydrates with the protein, fat, or fiber slows down glucose absorption and prevents the spike. I wish I knew this sooner. What our goddess is saying is pairing carbs with protein and fat or fibers is slowing it down and preventing energy crash. So if you notice that after you eat you get hella tired, another little hack that I love is taking a walk right after, stimulating digestion and also contributing to glucose, like less of a crash. How are we going to do that? How are we going to complete this stuff? Let's think of like celery and apples with nut butter, not just the apple. Add a little nut butter, that's a healthy fat, it's a little bit of protein, balancing the natural sugar within that fruit and the vegetable. Maybe putting a salad with olive oil, you can sneak that apple cider vinegar in the salad, helping to reduce and regulate the glucose levels with the fiber from the salad. And then adding protein to your pasta. For me, it might be like a beyond meatball or some falafel on some red sauce, but getting some protein with that heavy carb, it's also going to satiate you, so you may eat less of the pasta, and it's going to slow the absorption of the carb. When it comes to maintaining blood sugar levels, it's not only important what you eat, but also when you eat. Let's get into some science behind Dr. Mindy Pelz, Fast Like a Girl. She's emphasizing on the importance of training your body to be a fat burner rather than a sugar burner. She's suggesting that intermittent fasting and mindful meal timing can regulate your blood sugar. And that's what we're doing. Let's get into it. So, a couple things that you can do to avoid late night eating, just to give your body some time to process. So if you're anything like me, nothing feels better than being in bed, having a little brownie delivered to you, a little hot chocolate, just that little nightcap food, and then like 2 hours later falling asleep. This is not good. Don't be like me. Think about a window and start to close the window around you're eating. So when you wake up, maybe you do the 90-minute delay with caffeine, and maybe that's other things too. It's just water for 90 minutes. And then before you go to bed, like, let's try to increase by an hour and another hour. And maybe we're up to 3 hours, and maybe we're up to 5 hours. Maybe we're up to optimal digestion time before even going to sleep. Let's just play with it. Let's experiment with it. If you're thinking, yeah, Heather, all that sounds really great, but I cannot implement that on my own, worry not. I'm your coach. The link will be below if you're interested in being held accountable and making these lifestyle changes. I got you. We're in this together. Maybe the most important tip is what we touched on earlier, moving. Movement, post-meal activity. Think finish the meal, start the exercise, okay? Why it's working is light physical exercise after meals helps muscles use glucose, in turn reducing the blood sugar levels. The science, engaging in physical activities such as stretching or dancing or just walking around the neighborhood is crucial for maintaining those stable glucose levels. So let's implement. Right after you eat, take a 10, 20-minute walk. Maybe it's sunset, so you can double down on your protocols. It'll make a really big difference. Or do some light housework. If you're stuck inside, maybe you move around and clean, you put on your favorite playlist and dance around a bit. Or you can just be in place, find more stillness, and get into some stretching. You can stretch from your bed, you can stretch on the floor, maybe after sleeping, but be gentle with yourself. Give yourself the relaxation to aid in your digestion. By incorporating these few hacks, these lifestyle changes, you're going to up-level your daily routine, you're going to prevent blood sugar crashes, and maintain steady energy levels. If you found this video helpful at all, smash the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Much appreciated. I'm dropping more science-backed health tips, so hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And for more in-depth information, how to implement these principles into your everyday, I'm here to hold you accountable. I've got links in the description for coaching, one-on-one or in a group setting, whatever suits you the best. But thank you so much for watching. Cheers to our greatest health.